Sitting in child's pose, your hips can be as lifted as they need to be. And I have mine purposefully lifted right here so I can show you where you can place your pillows if you want them. A couple blocks stacked, maybe 3 blocks, 4 if you even want them, if you definitely want to sit your hips higher. If not, eventually over time they sit lower towards the heels and your forehead is at rest. Even though we're starting out in child's pose, this flow is very shoulder based, upper back based. It's going to be some deltoid engagement. It's going to be heavy shoulder work without the weights. Once you make good connection with your breath, you've set your intention, slide your hands forward and then lift your torso up. Knees still on the mat next to each other. Hands are parallel to each other. But check for a moment. Make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders. Make sure your elbows are kind of squeezing in towards the ribs and then lower chest, chin to the mat. But the hips are still raised like I'm doing right here. Knees are still pressing, toes are pressing, and then push your hands into the mat to lift yourself up back into child's pose. Your arms can stay extended forward. On your next inhale, go right back into your low push-up, knees down, and then lower your chest and chin to the mat, looking somewhere towards the ground, your nose as well. Push your hands into the mat as you lift back up and sit in the child's pose again. Do that one more time, but slow flow at your pace. Once you come chest and chin to the ground, flatten your body, extend your legs back, and keep your hands underneath your shoulders, ribs, and elbows kind of hugging in, and then lift your heart. Push your hands into the mat, push your pelvis into the mat, and lift your heart looking forward somewhere. Arms then spread out, palms facing down. Arms are hovering with the heart. You're still looking out somewhere. Palms face forward, keep the arms extended, and then slowly move your arms forward. Heart is still up. Palms face each other, fingers are pointing to the front. Palms face behind you and arms flow back. Extend the arms behind you. Lift those arms off the glutes. Palms are facing each other. Fingers are shooting back. Heart is lifting. Your body's working. Let the shoulders play. Palms face forward and extend the arms forward again and slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Push your hands into the mat. Push yourself up into tabletop position. Now bring your right fingertips to the back of the head, right behind the ears, and lift your heart up towards the right. Slight twist. Keep the left hand down, and then close the elbow to the left arm. Open to the right. Close that elbow towards the left arm. Inhale, open up to the right. Close that left elbow towards, or close the right elbow towards the left arm. And then on your next inhale, reach that right arm up, extend it all the way up to the ceiling. Circle it back, down, hands down, hips down, child's pose. Child's pose, move straight into push-up position, lowering chest, chin again. And once you reach the bottom, flatten your body and push your hands into the mat underneath your shoulders. Baby cobra again. Lift your heart. So the elbows are kind of squeezing in towards the ribs, but it's not tight. You're very comfortable with the elbows and the ribs. It's the arms, shoulders, and your pelvis that's pushing down. Arms spread out, hover, fly. Palms face forward. Extend your arms forward. Palms facing each other, fingers spread, but the fingers are pointing to the front. Palms face behind you, and then extend the arms behind you. Circle them back. Shoulder blades are squeezing towards each other. Palms turn facing front. Extend your arms to the front, circling them right back towards the front. And then hands down. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up into tabletop position. Adjust yourself. Left fingers behind the left ears. Open up towards the left. Right hand stays down. On your next exhale, close the elbow towards the right arm. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close. Inhale, open the heart to the left. Gaze to the left, maybe towards the ceiling. Exhale, close. Inhale, reach that left arm up, extend it up to the sky. Maybe a slight back bend, maybe. And then on your next exhale, circle your arm back, down, both hands down. The next sequence, grab your blocks and step up to the front of your mat in halfway lift. Keep your blocks at its topmost level, hands on top of the blocks. Bend your knees as much as you need, but please make sure both feet are facing forward. Make sure your feet are hip-width apart. Check yourself here. One toe is not forward and the other toes of the other foot aren't facing to the right or the left. Make sure they're both parallel facing forward. Both hands are on the blocks. Arms are long. With a straight back and straight legs, straight arms, lift the toes, lift the balls of the feet. Heels are pressing. Drop both feet, roll yourself to a stand, bending the knees. And once you reach the sky with your arms, circle your arms back one by one as I'm doing, windmilling my arms. This is where the heat really builds up. Your shoulders are really about to get into some work. Your arms are really about to work. Keep windmilling. Step carefully, turning around, windmilling, but slowly turning around to face the back of the mat. And once you're there, take your time, be patient as you balance your body while you're windmilling. Walk towards the back of the mat. Take it step by step by step by step. And when you reach the back, begin to extend the heart up. Kind of look up, like a slight upper back bend as I'm doing, but I'm still windmilling. My arms are straight and extended. Keep your arms extended. That's where the work is. Now, release from that back bend and begin to turn around. You're still windmilling. I haven't stopped. You're still windmilling. Of course, if you need a break, take a break. But come back in it with me. And once you are facing the front of the mat, begin to walk forward towards the front. And when you reach the front, slow down. Arms reach up and swan dive down, which means arms circle out, back and down as you move back into a halfway lift. Legs are long, hands back on top of the blocks here. Back is long, roll both shoulders back if you need to, and then lift the balls of the feet. Weight moves towards the heels, but your arms are still long and your fingers are spread and your palms are pressing into the tops of the blocks. I know you feel it in the shoulders. And you can release. Bend the knees, round the spine, roll up. When you reach the top, arms reach up. And now this time, windmill forward. Yep, we're back into the windmills. Really working those shoulders, aren't we? Told you. So keep your arms extended the whole time as you windmill. And we are going to take our steps right now. Beginning to turn around, and you can go the other direction if you want to. So take your time as you turn around. Take your time. You're not rushing here because your arms are windmilling. You got to balance your torso and really the weight of the hips going side to side because of the movement of the arms. At some point, you've been walking towards the back. You are facing the back, right? Windmilling forward, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Keep windmilling. And now step, begin to turn around as you windmill, taking it step by step by step. Going at the speed that you can handle. And I'm walking forward. You can walk with me towards the front. And once I reach the front, I slow down. Bring both arms up to the ceiling, and then I swan dive slowly. Arms are long next to me like I'm flying. Legs are long, and I begin to fold my torso. Looking at me for a moment if you need to. My heart is pushing forward. My gaze is looking out somewhere, and I bend the knees, swoop the arms down, up. Pull my arms back behind me. Legs are extended. Heart looks up, slight back bend. Now release. Hands reach up again. Exhale, swan dive. Lowering, and then bend the knees, arms swoop down and up again. Stand. And then bring the fingers behind you. Interlace your hands behind you. Pull back and down. Look up. Release. Inhale, hands reach up again. Exhale, swan dive. One more time. Fingers are spread here. And release. Bend the knees, swoop the arms back down and up. Standing. On your next exhale, interlace your fingers behind you again. Pull back. Pull down, look up, legs are long, and on your next exhale, bend the knees, keep your fingers interlaced, keep the arms long, bend the knees and fold. Bring your forehead somewhere towards the knees. Bring the chest somewhere towards the thighs. Knees are bent, maybe not. Elbows begin to bend because the fingers can go to the lower back, maybe not. Arms are extended as far forward towards the front as it can go, maybe not. Release the arms, release the neck, the head, the wrists, the elbows. Let your knees bend, let the head hang, let the neck hang. Shake it out, just shake it out. Go from side to side. Release the tension, release the stress, release the challenge. Bend the knees deeply so the hands can come down and your body can come down. And then you're sitting on your glutes, legs extend forward, hands next to you to prop you up. Make sure the right toes are pointing up. Bend the left knee, stamp that left foot into the mat. And then step the left foot over to the right, to the outside of that right thigh. And then lower the left knee on top of the right thigh somewhere. This is half cow face legs, okay? So that left heel is gonna be somewhere close to the right hip, to the outside of the right hip. Watch me if you need to, okay? The left foot doesn't have to be close to that right hip, okay? It can kind of face out towards the camera, or you can pull it in closer. Grab the left foot with the right hand and reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Sit up tall. From here, palm now faces the left side of the room to twist the arm, twist the shoulder a little bit, and then bring that left hand behind you. It can come behind you as in a half salute. Or the left hand can grab the right arm, the right bicep as I'm doing. If this is okay, begin to lean forward, bringing your nose somewhere towards that knee, bringing your forehead closer towards the toes. It's like you're literally moving your torso forward, but keeping the hips solid and leveled on the ground. If this is okay for the shoulders, let's do a full cow face with the arms. So the left hand is going to wiggle up a little more towards the back of your neck. And that right hand is going to reach up to the ceiling. Legs are staying as they are. And that right elbow is going to bend so that the elbow is pointing up to the ceiling. And that right hand is now on top, reaching down the back for that left hand. So you're locking your hands behind you. If this is okay, try this out. If you can kind of do this motion but not get the hands together, use a strap, use a belt, use something that can pull your hands closer, maybe a towel. And from here, if the shoulder blades are kind of moving towards each other and your shoulders are relaxed, then lean forward, nose down towards the knee. Those right toes are still pointing up, however. Slowly reach your torso back up, but be very, very slow with this. Straightening your torso. Heart is now looking forward somewhere. And be as slow as you can. No vigorous release here. Slowly release your fingers, your hands, your arms, whatever lock that you have entered. And be very gentle with this. It's dangerous to release a long stretch quickly. You could snap something out of place. I don't want that to happen. From there, hands slide forward. Keep the legs as they are, and the hands are going to slide forward towards that front foot, folding one more time. Release that stretch. Release the legs, both feet next to each other. Give them a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hands a little behind you to prop yourself up again. Now, let's switch feet. Right foot to the outside of the left hip. Right knee somewhat on top of the left thigh. Left toes are pointing up. Flex that ankle. That right foot can kind of span out so that you're making a somewhat 90-degree angle with the right leg. Or you can bring the right heel closer to the outside of the left hip. Left hand grabbing onto the right foot. Right hand up to the ceiling. Reach your heart forward and reach the fingers up. Spread those fingers. Be calm though. Try not to squeeze your neck, namely the right side of your neck. Palm now faces out and bring that right hand behind you. A half salute. Or the right hand can grab onto the left arm, the left bicep area. Or you can just keep that right hand directly behind you. That's okay. The palm can face the back of the wall. That's completely fine. What's more important is that your shoulders are relaxed, but the shoulder blades are kind of working towards each other. Lean forward from here. Now, if this is okay for the shoulders, for the arms, you know what to do. Keep that right hand behind you. Slide that right hand up towards the back of your neck so your elbow bends a little more. And the left hand will release from the right foot. Left hand reaches up to the ceiling. And then when you're ready, your next exhale, that is, bend that left elbow, move your hair out the way, shimmy, 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 do what you need to do so that that left hand can grab onto the right hand. So the left elbow points up, right elbow points down behind you. If your fingers cannot reach each other, that's okay. That just means there's more work to be done. There's more unlocking to be done. So grab a strap, grab something of akin to a belt or something, and help yourself from there. Lean forward in whatever position that you're in and relax. Steady inhales, steady exhales, nothing serious. You're releasing, holding your arm still, but lifting your heart. And when your gaze is forward or relaxed, your heart is forward and calm, slowly release your arms or your lock, your hold, whatever you did. Just the arms. Hands then slide forward on the ground towards that front foot, grabbing the ankle. Grabbing the foot, maybe grabbing the toes, the big toe, if you need to, and folding. And then freeing ourselves from that pose, releasing the legs, push your hands into the mat, sit yourself upright a little more, and make sure the legs are parallel to each other, the feet are parallel to each other. You might need to bring the ankles together. Walk your hands behind you, fingertips walking towards the back wall. And walk the arms back, back, back while trying to sit yourself upright. So it's just the arms, or really the hands, that are walking back. If you can, hands can come together towards your center as you walk your hands back. But don't overdo this. Do not overextend your arms, your wrists. Point your toes forward, see how that feels. And then flex your ankles, see how that feels. Pause the video and extend any one of these stretches whenever you need to. Feel free. If you're coming with me. Release from this stretch by walking your hands towards your glutes and then lowering yourself onto your back. Bend your knees, stamp the feet into the mat. You can walk your feet to the edges of the mat and knock your knees together. Or you can just have the feet parallel to each other, knees parallel as well. And then hug yourself. So your elbows are somewhere pointing up towards the ceiling. From here, see if you can move into eagle arms. To do this, whichever arm is on top, just keep that arm on top. Extend both arms to the ceiling. And then cross at the elbows, bending at the elbows, bringing your hands closer to your face. And then see if you can grab onto the hands. If you cannot, you may use a strap. If not, you can just cross at the elbows and bring the hands as close to your face as possible. Release, and then move to the other side. So just uncross your arms, open wide, and then hug yourself again. Opposite arm is on top. And then from here, you make your way on your own unique path. You can go into eagle arms, crossing at the elbows, and then seeing if that bottom wrist can kind of latch onto the top wrist by grabbing onto the top hand. And if not, that's okay. You can watch me rewind, practice, do what you do. Or you can just go at ease in Shavasana. You are free to do as you do. For those who still have an eagle grip, go ahead and release and set up for your final resting pose for this one. You can lay flat. Legs are long, maybe a little wider than hip width, arms wide, fingers at rest, and everything relaxed, especially your shoulders and upper back. What I'm doing is setting 2 blocks underneath my knees, bringing the bottoms of my feet together in butterfly, and I'm reclining, opening my arms wide. And this is so relaxing for my outer hips. My arms are at rest on my shoulders. I am breathing into those areas. So take some time to give yourself some love, silence maybe. Stay for as long as you'd like. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe.